It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV, and Magic the Gathering is no different. Right now, we're currently at a crossroads. The fans are so upset, but what's the quickest way to bring everybody back together, achieve enlightenment and peace? Well, it's by having me build a Family Guy deck, baby, where every card is a cutaway, and it's going to be sweet. So put on your whimsy hat and get ready to laugh with me, because if you can't already tell, I am the most unhinged deck builder on the internet. Nobody's doing it like me. So if you've got a weird, wacky, silly, goofy idea for a commander deck, challenge me in the comments down below. The one with the most votes, I have to build. And while you're down there, hey, leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Now, of course, we all know that Family Guy is one of the most well-written shows of all time, ever. Homer, who cares? Family Guy is better. So, of course, the commander is Bergie, god of storytelling, because you got to be a god to storytell Family Guy, am I right? And just like Family Guy, it never runs out of steam. Whenever you cast a spell, add a red mana until end of turn, you don't lose it, and it's pretty good. The boasting thing and the artifact thing, we don't care, is mainly that it doesn't run out of steam, and it's really good. Just like Family Guy has 24 seasons, 460 episodes. My God, it's a lot of stuff. Family Guy is really good. Anyway, of course, we're going to start off with the removal category. First up, Fire Prophecy. 1 in a red, does 3 damage, and we can draw a card sometimes, but it really reminds me of this time I had a Fire Prophecy. The spirits, they tell me that you're destined for Balenciagas, and wait a second, I'm seeing some Supreme merch in your future. Wait a second, also a Bugatti and a Rollie on the wrist. My goodness, you're in for a good year. All right, next up is Improvised Club. 1 in a red as an additional cost. We got a sack of thing. It does 4 damage. That's pretty good. But that reminds me of this time I was at an Improvised Club. All right, everybody, for this next game, can I get a location, please? Just any location. Just shout it out super loud. Perfect. All right, thank you. Next up, we got Provoke the Trolls. 3 in a red. Provoke the Trolls deals 3 damage to any target. If a creature's dealt damage, it gets pumped up by +5/+0. That's pretty good. That actually reminds me of this time I provoked the Trolls. Commander is the best way to play Magic the Gathering. Standard is gay. Yep, I said it. If you play Standard, you like kissing the same gender. And that's okay. That is okay. You should be okay with that, because there's nothing wrong with being gay and playing Standard. But if you play Standard, you're gay. Next up is Smash to Smithereens. 1 in a red, destroy target artifact. That's pretty good. And then the Smash does 3 damage to that artifact's controller. Pretty good. And honestly reminds me this time I got Smashed to Smithereens. Did I do that? I don't even know what that's. I know that's a Family Matters reference. I know that's Steve Urkel. I've never watched a single episode of the show. Next up is Burn Down the House. 3 and 2 red. We choose one. Deal 5 damage to each creature. That's pretty good. Or create 3 little dudes that when they die, they do damage. Really good. And they have haste. Oh, it's so fun. And that also reminds me this time I burned down the house. Yo, listen up, Dr. House. You always walk around with your cane, not a quiet like a mouse. The way you treat Foreman, man, that ain't right. You're doing things by the book, you're uptight. Everybody knows you and Wilson are gay. You be walking through the medical bay. I hate you. You, Hugh Laurie. Everybody knows that you are a sorry loser. Popping Vicodin. You can't even do it yet. You're gonna lose and not win. Everybody knows that I run the hospital. Everybody knows that you're in the doctor book. Everybody knows that I hate your house. Everybody knows that I'll kill your house. Next up is, of course, the classic Blasphemous Act, 8 in a red, but really it's only 1 red mana. It deals 13 damage. It's a board wipe. Everybody knows about it. And it honestly reminds me this time I committed a Blasphemous Act. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to bring on stage for the first time in thousands of years, the Prophet Muhammad. Next up is End the Festivities. 1 red mana, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature, just 1 damage kind of all around the board. Really good, and it honestly reminds me this time I ended the festivities once. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to begin the Harvey Weinstein Festival. Oh, everyone's leaving. No, we figured that was going to happen. Next up, we got Comet Storm. It does X damage, and then it's got multi-kicker, so you can kick it around and have a bunch of comets flying everywhere doing damage. Honestly reminds me this time I was in a Comet Storm. Next up is Untimely Malfunction. 1 in a red, choose 1, destroy target artifact, swap a thing around, redirecting it, or 1 or 2 target creatures can't block. That's pretty fun. It actually does remind me, though, of this time I had an untimely malfunction.
Babe, listen, it happens to every guy, okay? Like, it's just, you're just so hot, and it's like, you're Alexander Daddario, and it's like, I can't, what am I gonna do? You know, babe, it's, seriously, it's just a matter, like, I can't, what am I, I'm sorry.
Next up, we got Rock Slide Ambush. 1 in a red sorcery, deals a bunch of damage, equal to the number of mountains you have in play. That's really good. A lot of damage. It actually does remind me this time I was in a Rock Slide Ambush.
Ah, what a beautiful little road. Nothing could ruin this vacation at all. Hello? You're cheating on me? With with my brother? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it that summer you turned pretty, this was gonna happen. I can't believe it. This is probably the worst day of my life. Nothing could make this day worse. Oh, rocks!
Next up is Call Forth the Tempest. 8 mana. It has Cascade, and then it does a lot of damage. It's a really good card, really awesome. A lot of mana, but it does a lot of work. Also, it does remind me this time I had to Call Forth the Tempest.
Yo, Tempest. Yo, pull up. Dude, the crib is popping tonight. It's gonna be sick. Oh, Tempest, dude. Your dad was in a car accident? He's on life support? Dude, your dad basically raised us both, man. He was there for us at all the baseball games. He drove us. Oh, Tempest, dude, it's okay. You know, like, I'll be there immediately, all right? Tempest, dude, you're the richest man in town. You know, like, that's a reference to It's a Wonderful Life. Because I, like, value you, Tempest. You know, like, life's too short not to say, like, I love you to your friends. Like, what's so wrong about expressing emotion? You know, like, toxic masculinity and society and everything says that men have to be, like, tough and put up this tough exterior. But man, that like hurts me to hear. Like, my heart like beats in pain for you and your loss and everything like that. He'll be okay, Tempest. I'm gonna stop the prayer right now. I'm gonna go pull up. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a bit. All right. Love you, man. Hey, it'll be better. Party's off, guys. Party's off. Fucking Tempest's dad got freaking hit by a Waymo.
Next up is Burning of Jin Yi. 4 and 2 red. You destroy 4 lands, and your opponents destroy 4 of their lands, and then 4 damage to each creature. It's pretty crazy. It does remind me of the time I was at the Burning of Jin Yi.
Yo, thank you everyone for coming out for the Burning of Jin Yi. Jin Yi. What can I say about Jin Yi that hasn't already been said before by some of our other celebrity guests? Jin Yi, at least, didn't go to the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Am I right, Jin Yi? Probably because he wasn't invited, because he's dead.
Next up is, of course, a banger classic, Crackle with Power. XXX, double red, does 5 times X damage to up to X target. Boom, lot of damage. Reminds me of this time I actually crackled with power.
This video is brought to you by the lovely patrons on Patreon. Yeah, people give me money and I make funny videos. And you could be one of those people and you'd have immense power over me because I'd be financially dependent on you, which is pretty awesome if you think about it. It's like the needs of the many support the needs of the few. And that's pretty sweet. I think I definitely misused that Star Trek quote, but I don't care. Thank you so much for supporting. If you've made it this far, I have a Patreon is good. Thank you.
Now, of course, that's it for the removal category, but we need to make sure we have enough draw effects to keep our hand full. And with all that mana we're generating, we need to make sure we're, drawing cards and stuff. So we got Opera Love Song. 1 in a red, choose 1. Exile the top 2 cards of our library. That's pretty good. Nobody ever uses the second mode, so that's all we care about. And it does remind me of the time I had an Opera Love Song.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro.
Next up is Seize the Spoils. 2 and a red. We got to discard a card, but we draw 2 and we make some money. That's really good. It does remind me of the time I had to seize the spoils, though.
Dude, this apartment reeks. Dude. Ugh. You just leaving rotten eggs everywhere? This is disgusting, Daryl. We talked about this. You can't be doing this. I thought we were going to be chill roommates. You were a good guy in college. The second there's no RA, everything goes to shit, Daryl. Everything goes to shit. Look at these eggs, Daryl. They are spoiled, Daryl.
Next up is, of course, a classic Commune with Lava, X, red, red. We exile X, and then we can, play those cards until the end of our next turn. Really good. And reminds me of the time I communed with Lava. I'm a huge fan of your work. I loved you in the Pixar short. That was incredible. You guys, I lava you as well. Like, that was one of the best Pixar shorts. It made me cry every time. You guys are so good. Thanks for having me. Really, honestly, thank you. Flick a coin, 2 in a red, does a damage, and we get a draw, and we get money. What's not to like? This card's classic, and of course, it reminds me of the time I had to flick a coin. Holy, dude, sorry, I'm sure you get this a lot. You're the Witcher, right? Henry Cavill, Witcher? Oh my God, dude, here you go. Like the song, like, flick a coin to your Witcher, Valley of Plenty, Valley of Plenty, flick a coin to your Witcher, Valley of Plenty, No, seriously though, thank you for your service. Next up is Expedite, 1 red mana, gives it haste, and we draw a card. Nice. I remember having to expedite something once. Listen, here's $5. Can you just take my photo already? Thank you. Highway Robbery is up next. 1 and a red. We got to discard or sack a land, but we draw 2. That's pretty good. We can plot it. Who cares? It does remind me of the time I was highway robberied.
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. You want a burger, please? All right, perfect. That'll be $50.
$50? This is highway robbery, buddy. Next up is Unexpected Windfall. 2 red. We got to discard a card. Who cares? Draw 2, make 2 monies. That's really good. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I experienced an unexpected windfall once. Oh my God. I just bought this house in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, and you guys would not look at this. You see what's going on here? There's like a basement full of money down here. This is awesome. I hope this money is all legitimate and not from drugs. But either way, I was not expecting this. Next up, we got Seize the Spotlight, 2 in a red. Basically, we get to draw and make money, or they give us a creature we can borrow from them. Really good. This card is actually really busted and reminds me of the time I had to seize the spotlight. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. Is that Daryl? A spotlight, Daryl? You're disgusting. You live like a pig, Daryl. A spotlight, the apartment lease does not cover it. We're going to lose the security deposit on this, Daryl. You can't just be leaving this around. You disgust me, man. You disgust me. You're a slob. You're a pig. You leave your computer open. I see the Reddit forums you're in, dude. You're a monster. I put up with it because your parents pay a lot of the rent. But dude, Daryl, you're sick. You're not going to be able to survive in the real world. Oh my God. My girlfriend doesn't even want to come around anymore because you're here and the apartment stinks and is too bright. Okay, Daryl? God, you need help, man. Seriously. All right, next up is Control of the Court, 1 and a red. We got to draw 4. That's really good, unlike an Uno. And then we discard 3 at random from our hand. That's pretty fun. It's like a big gamble, and I like it, and it's fun. It does remind me of the time I had to take control of the court. Well. LeBron, we meet yet again. My age-old rival. Don't you know I control this court? No ball can bounce without my decree. So LeBron, take a knee. Don't you know it's you versus me, LeBron? I'ma bounce a basketball on you till your brawn is gone. Everybody knows when I swish and I hit the hoop, you're gonna be making a last wish because you're gonna be in the out zone. Everybody knows I hit it and I hit the cone. Oh, yeah, LeBron, I'll kill you. With my bare hands, I'll rip your fucking head off like you're Cotton Eye Joe. That's how it be. You're LeBron, my bro. Now, that's it for draw effects, but we got to make sure we're protecting our board, protecting our stuff, and, deflecting things around. So we got to talk about Redirect Lightning. 1 red mana, but we also pay 5 life for it for the most part. We change the target of a spell or ability with a single target, so we just swap it around to something else to protect our board. Really good. And you wouldn't believe me, but I did, in fact, once have to redirect Lightning. Holy shit, Mr. McQueen? I'm a huge fan. Radiator Springs is that way, though. My goodness, though. That was incredible. When you won the Piston Cup, when you had Doc Hudson in your ear and you drove backwards because you used Maters, that was incredible. I'm a huge fan. I'm just a massive fan. Up next, we got Return the Favor. 2 red. It's got Spree, though. We get to copy something cool, or we get to change the target of a spell thing. That's pretty cool. So swappy or copy. Hey, what's not to like? It does remind me of the time I had to return the favor, though.
Hey, listen, thank you for inviting me to your party and everything like that. I just wanted to return the gift bag you gave me. It just I don't use sort of soap or anything like that. And that's one of the things that was in the gift. And so I just kind of want to give that back to you if that's okay. Because I just don't not gonna ever use it. And I figured you'd want to give it to somebody else. You know, it's just one of those things where like I really appreciate the sentiment, like as a host and everything like that. It's just more like just me being here is already a gift in of itself. I don't really need these fancy hand soaps or anything like that. Just thank you so much. Enjoy, please. Thank you. Next up is, of course, deflecting SWAT, 2 in a red, but it's free because we have our commander out pretty much always. And we get to choose new things, and swapping targets really fun. Does remind me of the time I had to do a deflecting SWAT. Get out of here. You want to get out of here, all right? You're breaking my heart. Get out of here. All right, well, that's enough of the protection. Obviously, we need to make more mana so we have more mana to cast more spells because we just drew a bunch of spells and we're protecting our stuff that makes more mana. It's genius. We got, of course, Mana Geyser. 3, 2 red. We add hella mana to our mana pool because it's 1 red for each tap land your opponent's control. That's a lot. Does remind me of the time I met a Mana Geyser. Whoa. So this is Mana Yellowstone. Oh, that's Mana Old Faithful. And that must mean that's a Mana Geyser. Wow. Not all of them are going to be good. Then, of course, we got Seething Song, 2 in a red. It adds 5 mana. That's pretty good. Does remind me of the time I had to sing a Seething Song, though. If I'd have been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You goddamn bitch, I'll kill you. Cotton Eye Joe, I'll rip your fucking head off and slam it in the ground. I'll rip your spine out, drink the little blood curdles in your spine. What's that called? Your spinal fluid. Cotton Eye Joe, you made it so I can't get married. And the theory is I've got gonorrhea, but that is not exactly, because if you are a person, I'll kill you with my bare hands. Why the name you Cotton Eye Joe? Are you a person or are you an animate object? It doesn't matter. I want to get married. I want to love a woman. I want to die in her arms and have a double casket funeral because we die of a broken heart at the same time. And our little kids look on and you've got dementia and I have to read you from your diary every day. And oh, that's that movie with Ryan Gosling and Amy Adams. All right, now we got plenty of mana. Bergie's keeping it all, so we got to make our stuff stronger so we have some, chance at winning against our opponents. We got Built to Smash. 1 red mana, hella buff. Makes things really buff, and that's pretty much it. And it does remind me of the time I was built to smash. What more do I need to say? Am I right? Specimen. Next up is How to Start a Riot. 2 in a red. Target creature gains mana until end of turn. That's pretty good. Just makes our stuff hella buff. Creatures target player controls gets +2/+0. Really good. Does remind me of the time I had to learn how to start a riot. Fellow French peasants, what's the big idea with Marie Antoinette? She said, let them eat cake. They don't even have any cake. Then, of course, we got First Day of Class. 1 in a red. Hella buff. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under our control this turn, put a +1 counter on it, and it gains haste. We like to see it. It does remind me of the time I had a first day of class. Pay attention in school, kids. All right? Knowledge is the last bastion of hope we have. Only by learning things can you overcome the oppressors. Oh, this is geometry, huh? My bad. And then, of course, a classic. You see a pair of goblins, 2 in a red. We get hella buff. Or we make 2 1/1 little red goblin guys. Really fun. It does remind me of the time I saw a pair of goblins. Oh! Dude. Guys. There are goblins right there. Oh, 2 goblins. Oh, man. Oh, this is sick. Just some goblins over there. Man. That's, wow. Nature's beautiful, guys. We need to do this more often. Now, our creatures are buff as hell. They're having a good time. We got mana, we got whatnot. We should borrow our opponent's stuff and make it buff as well. That way it's all fun and we're borrowing their stuff in case our creatures are dying. So we got Broadcast Takeover. 2 and 3 red. Gain control of all of it. Just give me that. All your artifacts, give me that. And it actually does remind me of this time I had my broadcast taken over. This is your overlord speaking. Consume more media. Consume more fast food. Processed foods are good for you. You need your protein. enjoy peptides, enjoy commercial movies, watch Euphoria, jerk your peanuts off crazy style. It's the only way for you to live as a human.
Then we got Ensnared by the Mara, 2 and 2 red. Just give me that, or you're going to take a lot of damage. Really good card. I love it. Villainous Choice is awesome. I talk about it at length. It does remind me of the time I was ensnared by the Mara.
Man, I'm always just so concerned about tomorrow. It's like the future is so paralyzing. It gives me there's so many options, so many choices. The world is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm always thinking about tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen today? When you're stuck in the future, you forget your own way. No, I'm not doing the rap again. But I'm just like, it was an Italian bit because it's like Tamara is ensnared by Damara. Not all of these are going to be good, okay?
Then, of course, we got Illicit Auction, 3 and 2 red. A whole lot of stuff that basically just says, everybody give me that. Everybody gets to pick things and give me and borrow and steal and have a good time with. Very fun. You bid in life. It's great. It does remind me of the time I was actually at an illicit auction.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've all gone through painstaking methods to hide your identities here tonight. For the items sold here are very dangerous. Could get you years in prison. Our very first item of the night. Nintendo game emulator. Ooh. We'll start the bidding at $1 million.
Now, next up, we got Momo's Heist. 2 in a red. Give me that. It reminds me of the time I was at Momo's Heist.
Momo, what up, man? Come on in. Yeah. No, as your agent, I wanted to make sure that we're communicating what the network is telling us back to you. And it's not looking good, Momo. Appa currently top of the charts. You know what I'm saying? In terms of animal sidekick. And you're just not doing that good. So we were thinking to spice it up, make your character a little bit more dramatic. You, the actor, should get in a DUI. Yeah, like driving under the influence. Show the younger audiences that Momo's kind of like edgy. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of trying to Miley Cyrus wrecking ball you right now. So we're going to need you to drop nip photos on the internet, leak some nudes. That's just how it is, Momo. All right, this is show business. All right, no bad press. All right, we just need you to get a little raunchy gay strip clubs. All right, nothing wrong with that, Momo. You're a freak. All right, we need that to sell. All right, gliding is not good enough. Appa can fly, Momo. All right, this is coming direct from the network head. All right, Harvey Weinstein specifically told me that he wants you with your balls out, Momo, your Momo balls out. I need your Momo ball. Do you want your job or not, Momo?
And we got Insurrection, 5 and 3 red. Untap everything. Just give me all that. Give me all those guys you got, and then I get to play with them. Really good. It reminds me of this other time there was an insurrection.
Guys, gentlemen, this plan is doomed. It will never work out. January 5th does not have the right ring to it. I say we do it tomorrow. Everyone will remember the insurrection of January 6th.
Then we got Thieves Auction, different than Illicit, specifically 7 mana. Everybody give me that. Set aside all those permanents, and then everyone gets to pick and like auction it off and repeat it until everybody has every permanent on the battlefield, and it's great and fun and awesome. It does remind me, though, of this time I was at a Thieves Auction.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've all put in a tremendous amount of effort to keep your identities a secret. In today's Thieves Auction, every item here tonight has been stolen in some way, shape, or form. And our first item, I am proud to announce, was stolen from me. My virginity. That's right, everybody. Give it up for me. That's right. Give it up for me. I know what a woman looks like under there. It was scary the first time. I definitely ran away. I did. I was very scared of the shape. I went in blind, and it was just like a hand feel thing. And it was very scary. I didn't know what was going on, but women's genitals are beautiful. Everybody's genitals are beautiful. Like, I don't really need to get into this, but I mean, we'll start the bidding for my virginity at $1 million.
Now, finally, we come to the part of the deck where it's all about Family Guy stuff, games and whimsy and fun. So we've got, of course, the classic Family Guy stuff. Gamble. That's what, Peter Griffin does gamble all the time. It just says, give me that from your library. Just, you look it up and then maybe you get it. I don't know. It does remind me, though, this time I went gambling.
Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
I never understood what the whole, like, I need a new pair of shoes. Or like daddy needs a new what? Like, are the dice my children? It would make sense at this point with how much money I've given to the house. I don't know. You guys, no one. I don't really understand it. Next up, we got Mages Contest. 1 and 2 red. We do this whole counter thing, but you pay with it your life. It's pretty sweet, really good card, and it does remind me of the time I was at a Mages Contest. Yeah, sorry about this. Before you can actually play the game, you have to go over to the information booth, talk to Linda. She'll sell you one of the ticket booklets that you need because this contest is like 3 tickets, but the booklet is only sold in 5 ticket sheets. So you sort of have to buy a couple so that you can have extra tickets left over if you want to go to like the funnel cake over there. It's kind of a whole thing. I really apologize. I'm just a volunteer here. All right, Goblin game. You know it. You love it. 7 mana. You play a game, and then if you lose half your life. That's really fun, and it's pretty good. And it's a good game, and it reminds me of this time I was at a Goblin game. Well. Joey Chestnut. You're here again for the Goblin game, aren't you? To gobble down all those hot dogs. You use a very special method where you dip the hot dog in the water and you slurp it down like a freak. Not about the taste at all. It's weird. You're a weird man. Weird how you discovered that you could do that. You're a specimen, Joey Chestnut. Next up, we got Game of Chaos. 3 red mana. You play a game where you flip a coin, and in 7 flips, somebody is dead. Now, they don't have to go that many flips, but they got to because that's how the way it goes. And it does remind me of this other Game of Chaos I was a part of. Wait, bro, Alan, you knew that guy? The hunter guy? He was hunting you since you were a child in the forests of Jumanji? I feel like that's not fair. You didn't have a gun, did you, while you were in the forest of Jumanji? I just feel like it's kind of crazy that guy has a gun and you were a child and you survived that long against him. Like he's a big hunter guy. He has an elephant gun, and you're a tiny boy. I don't know. That Jumanji doesn't seem like it's very fair, to be honest. Then we got Storm of Memories. 2 and 3 red. It's got Storm. Basically, it's just a funny moment compilation. You exile instant sorcery with mana value 3 or less from our graveyard at random. Then we cast it, and then it gets exiled, and it's great. And then we get to do all our funny moments. Speaking of, this does actually remind me of this time I had a Storm of Memories. John Smith, there's aliens, John Smith. You have to remember who you are. You have to remember, John Smith. Opens the pocket watch. I'm remembering who I am. I'm the doctor. Finally, we got Glorious End. 2 in a red, ends the turn. Awesome. And then beginning of your next end step, we die, which is also awesome. And reminds me of another glorious end. We fight not for freedom, but for the hope that our children's children's children will have freedom too. And thanks for watching, everybody. And then we play like the Allier outro music. Okay, perfect. All right, that was Glorious End. So that's it. That's pretty much the entire deck, all the cool cutaways. So how do we win? Well, we've got, Gutter Snipe, Fire Inscription, does damage when we cast those instant sorceries. Electrostatic Field does damage. Cassie Flame Breather. Basically everything else that's not a cutaway stays around to do damage, add mana in some way, shape, or form. Really good. Electro is baller. He could also be the commander, but he doesn't write Family Guy, unlike Bergie, God of Storytelling. So basically, yeah, we have a lot of, the non-spell stuff does the spell stuff that we want, and they don't get cutaways because the entire Family Guy episode is not cutaway. Anyway, the super epic spells could also win, like Insurrection. I love this one. Crackle with Power, obviously classic. Everyone knows that one. Broadcast Takeover can also pop off if they're playing an artifact deck. You just steal all their artifacts and then have a bunch of mana and then have a bunch of creatures, then have a bunch of stuff and just beat them with, Broadcast Takeover. It's like a cheap Insurrection that's only artifacts and really good. But either way you do it, we get an easy victory, an easy W. And just like, Family Guy, the game's over in 20 minutes, and then you can watch another one and another one and another one, and they're great every single time. So yeah, speaking of, that does bring us to the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe. I have a Patreon. Please support me. Makes I don't have Fox behind me, so they can't give me infinite money like Family Guy does. So I got to do it myself. So you can, get a deck roast, get a custom deck built for you, whatnot. It's all fun. Also, you can follow me on Twitch, quips_and_. I stream sometimes. It's really fun. And then, you can also buy sick play mats from Jake Mats down in the description. They look really beautiful IRL. Everyone says they're really nice. Go get them. Go buy them. They look sweet. And then, of course, I got a Discord linked in the description down below. It's fun and free and cool. Give it a join. And then if you got some funny ideas, comment them down below. I listen to them for the most part. And yeah, Family Guy seems to do that all you see. I'm gonna fade this music part out of the video.